All right, welcome to episode 4 of Vital Refinement. Things that I learned in 2020. This episode is actually pretty particular, kind of special to me because it features one of the best pieces of advice that I've ever gotten in my life. And I understood it when it was shared with me, but I didn't really understand it until 2020. And that advice came from a minister that I grew up with back in my home church. And one of his sermons was about making up your mind. And, we hear that phrase a lot. Like, just make up your mind already, or make up your mind. You might hear that as a kid if you're picking out a toy or a candy, or this, or you might hear that as a woman trying to figure out what you want to eat. Right? Men always complain that we can't decide what we want to eat. So, hearing this sermon about making up your mind, um, like I took it in. I understood it. Um, I kind of just left it at that. I didn't try to apply it. I didn't try to dive deeper into what that may mean for me. And this was years ago. This has to be at least 7 years ago, maybe 8 years ago now. So it, I guess it was meant for me to learn it and apply it and really understand it for myself in 2020. And basically, what I perceive this message to be is make up your mind means not to waver. Um, it's like a quote about like a man who stands for nothing falls for anything. So to me, it's like if you make up your mind on something, you're gonna stay 10 toes down about what you made your mind up about, and that's gonna be it. Now, I'm not saying that you can change your mind and because you've learned something new or you have additional facts to consider, you have additional evidence for something. Um, but like when it comes to like what I spoke about in previous episodes of like your personal values, which also may change depending on the circumstances of your life, but things that are truly, 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 truly internal for you, truly part of your identity, part of what makes you you. Make up your mind about that. For me, it applies to making the best decisions about for myself, um, which goes back to when I episode 2 when I talked about um, you know not being faithful and doubting myself, not trusting myself. So this all kind of comes full circle and intertwines with one another. And so making up your mind pretty much helps you make the best decision for yourself. So if you're gonna say that health is a personal value and you know that interacting with this person isn't healthy for you, make up your mind, commit yourself to your quote unquote personal value, which is in this example is health, and detach yourself from that person. Um, and that's how you make the best decision for you. So, what is best for your health? What is best for your well being? What is best for your survival, for you to thrive? Make up your mind. Another thing that I seen was discipline is the highest form of self care you can have for yourself. And I feel like that is literally the honest truth. Discipline involves making up your mind. You decided to commit to something, and that's part of discipline. And that is, in my opinion, is the highest form of self-care you can have, because you made up your mind, so you know what decisions you need to make for yourself that are best for you, and then you're disciplining yourself to commit to those things. And I'm so glad I learned this in 2020. Yes, it's still hard because, as I mentioned in previous episodes, I'm still working on breaking out of the habit, out of the nature of um, caring about others' opinions or living up, trying to live up to others people's standards or expectations that aren't really my standards or expectations. Really learning how to trust myself and not doubt myself and be faithful um, to myself. That all needs to be aligned for me to even apply this lesson well, you know. So to make up your mind, in my opinion, means you made up your mind, you're sticking to it, you're holding to it, and everything that you're doing aligns with it. So make up your mind about what kind of lifestyle you're going to pursue. Make up your mind about what kind of lifestyle you're living out. Make up your mind about who you want in your life. Make up your mind about how you're going to serve God. Make up your mind about how you're not going to serve others in certain in certain ways. You know, how you're not going to serve this world. Like just different things that I feel like are virtues. So make up your mind about your virtues. Work on what your personal values are, and live off that. Make that your foundation, and that will help you make the best decisions for yourself. That will help you commit to discipline for your self love and your self care. So this is something that I truly, truly, truly stand on. I truly believe in, and I truly is very much necessary to live a healthy, happy, joyful life. Is you just have to make up your mind about what you want and what you need, and go for it and make it happen. Like I said, this is still something I'm working on. I might have um, learned more about it in 2020 and got some insight about what that may look like for myself, but it's definitely something I'm still trying to be consistent with and be like committed to. That's my big thing for 2021. 2022 is just like commit to it, and that's what making up your mind means. It just means to commit. And the Bible states like commit all your ways to God, right? So commit your ways to God, and everything else will flow out, right? So that's what I'm really, 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 and working on in 2022 is making a commitment, making up my mind, and living it out. Well, this was episode 4 of Vital Refinement. In this episode, I talked about the lesson I learned about making up your mind and how that truly is the foundation of a healthy living. Like having a happy life. Make up your mind about what you want to need, commit to it, and make it happen. I hope that you got something out of this. I hope that it's something maybe you could share with others, or maybe it'll just plant a seed for you to take this and maybe search up things that apply to this topic that maybe you want to learn a lot about, or maybe you want to find ways on how you can get to this point of making up your mind and determining what you want to commit your life to. And as always, just comment down below if you found this helpful. Comment down below if it was insightful. Comment down below if this is something that you learned during 2020, or you learned previously, or you're learning now, or something you want to work on. I really love dialogue. I really love learning from people, and I'd be really appreciative if you just comment and share your thoughts. Um, Once again, I thank you for listening to me rant, pretty much. I appreciate your audience and your attention, and I hope that you have a blessed day. Take care, stay safe, and stay healthy,